Sleep allows time for the mind and body to recover from the day's work. And it's interesting, those hours before midnight, we're taking that short-term memory and we're putting it into long-term memory. And folks will say, well, you know, I forget so much. Well, we're not asleep at the time at which the brain is doing what happened yesterday, and we're putting that into the long-term memory. Very important. During the rapid eye movement, REM stage of sleep, the brain sorts the information, the important information from the unimportant, and files long-term memory. If this stage of sleep cycle is shortened, mental focus and acuity can decrease. And a lot of people don't even get into the REM sleep because they're waking up every little bit, whether it's they're in pain, whether they're having problems with their prostate, they got to get up and go to the bathroom, or where they just wake up worrying about things. If you need to get into REM sleep, for what? The brain sorts important information from unimportant information, then it files long-term memory. And if this stage of sleep cycle is shortened, we're not getting into it, or it's shortened, mental focus and acuity can decrease. Sleep deprivation has the propensity to make one feel cranky and short-tempered. Do you ever sometimes you're mad at the world, or maybe your spouse is mad at the world? It could just be they just didn't get enough sleep. We see that with children. Well, we would expect that. We're humans also. We would expect that with us also. Sleeping less than 7 hours of sleep, and again, Mayo Clinic's looking at 7 hours here, a night, is associated with weight gain, diabetes, high blood pressure, depression, body aches. And folks say, well, I heard a lot. Well, Mayo Clinic finds that if we get that 7 hours of sleep, or better yet, 8 hours of sleep, we're more prone to have body aches, pain, reduced immune function, and impaired performance at work. We see that as employees don't get their sleep at night, and also we see it as the immune function. And that's my challenge. Is I may wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to have to go fight a house fire, or I may wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go do a CPR, or I never know if I'm going to have to wake up to go work a wreck on I-40. You just never know what's going on. And can that affect my immune function? Absolutely. That's why I carry a bottle of oil oregano in my pocket of my turnouts, so that if I'm out in the middle of the night, it's raining, it's snowing, it's cold, or even if it's in the summertime, I can take that oil of oregano, and that will boost the immune system. Not the best thing to do. It's better to get the sleep, but if I'm out there fighting fires or something, I've got to do something. And definitely sleep deprivation can affect my immune system. When the body and mind are well rested, one is able to respond to life with greater perspective and understanding. Again, we're reading from Mayo Clinic. When the body and mind are well rested, one is able to respond to life with greater perspective and understanding. Do you deal with anybody that just can't understand things, or they just have a poor outlook? It could be they're not getting good sleep. And the last one here, sleep can help boost one's motivation and willpower. There we go. Some folks say, well, I just don't have the willpower to do this program. Maybe you need to get your sleep. Sleep can boost one's motivation, the motivation to make lifestyle changes, and their willpower, making it easier to fend off. Mayo Clinic said this. Let me read it again. Sleeping can help boost one's motivation and willpower, making it easier to fend off temptations. It's amazing. And it's true. As our brain works better, our brain is what deals with temptations. Our brain is what makes those decisions. And sleep can affect that.